Welcome back to Barely Keto. I'm Carl, and this week we're making stuffed roasted peppers. Let's get started. So I've got all the ingredients laid out and did some pre-work here. This is a pound of ground chicken, and you could use ground turkey, ground beef. You could use some sausage as well. That's half a Vidalia onion and 1.5 cloves of minced garlic, diced up. And then we're going to throw in a cup of diced mushrooms. I think dehydrated mushrooms would help with this because peppers release a lot of fluid. And then that is 1/4 cup of crushed tomatoes. And you could also use diced tomatoes if you'd rather, it's up to you. And then primarily we're doing dill, parsley, and then there's some salt and pepper in there. It's on the recipe card up on the Google Drive. And then we're going to do 1.5 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. And this is kind of high. Well, it's Wegmans, but it's nice. It's nice and thick. So that's 1/2 tablespoon measure. So we're doing 1.5 and then a little dose for good measure because I love balsamic vinegar. It also helps cut down the acid from the peppers. And then that's going to be about a cup, 3/4 cup to a cup of, that's actually ground mozzarella, or rather shredded mozzarella. But you could use Fontina or whatever melty cheese you like. And then you just want to knead that together nicely. And we're not going to cook this. We're going to actually put it in the peppers raw because they're going to be in the oven for about an hour to an hour and a half. So they'll be thoroughly cooked through by the end. So off camera, I'm going to take the other half of the Vidalia onion over to the stove and I'm going to saute that. And then I'm going to come back and pick up the remainder of the 1.5 minced garlic. And then we're going to throw in the rest of the 15-ounce can of the tomato sauce, some water, and we're going to cook that down. And while we're doing that, we want to prepare the peppers. So first of all, you hollow it out at the top and get the ribs and the seeds out. And then you want to slice the bottoms off so it'll stand up on their own. Now, I use 5 peppers and I cook it in the Dutch oven. So that fits perfectly with 5 peppers. And then once you've got that set up, just start stuffing. You don't want to pack it down too much. It needs to be just a little bit light. So all 5 are stuffed now. And I'm taking the sauce off the stove and I'm going to spoon a little bit onto each one. And then once you do that, you're going to just end up pouring what's left around the outside of it. This is a really straightforward recipe, and it's a great summer recipe. And then you're just going to cover it with equal amounts of the cheese on each of the 5 peppers. And that's it. You're going to put it in the oven and cook it down. And then here it is on the other side. And you could put that under the broiler if you wanted just to brown it up, but that's it.